was born in Scotts Bluff, they still ain't legalized it there. They got this argument in Nebraska saying, I bet you they're going to be the last ones in the union.
Maybe. Or it could be Texas.
Yeah, well, even Nebraska ain't got it for medical.
The other kind of backwards. Kind of. My ex, four-bag girlfriend, appropriate term, she's got her kids in Nebraska. She kept on whining at me. She wants to go see her kids. Stop doing dope. She might be able to go. So I'm not going to pay for your fucking way again. So I paid for the way up here from Texas. Not even a thank you. Then the 11 years we're together, she stepped out on me all the time. Like, you fucking bitch.
Well, your insights into Helping Hand are about par for the course. I've heard from everybody else too.
It's a joke.
So
If you go out and look for
$250 a
work,
month?
huh?
$250 a month?
Yeah. There's a guy out there, Jeremy Pruitt. He was sleeping in his Suburban in the parking lot. They're still charging him $250 a month. Enough's enough, goddamn, man. Non-profit, it means no money. Damn.
But they don't have any professionals there. They don't have any drug counselors there.
No. It's the flunkies taking care of the flunkies.
Fuck. That's like the homeless shelter in Boulder, Colorado. We go to the homeless shelter there. You stay for one night. If you get the lottery, you get to go in. But you might not win the lottery, so you might not get to stay there for the night. And if you stayed there the night before and your stuff is there, the staff have free reign to steal your things.
Oh, isn't that convenient? Oh, they left their stuff.
Yeah.
What would we find in there?
Oh, wow, somebody left this violin for less than 24 hours? That must be staff property now.
Yeah, they don't want it.
Yeah.
Stradivarius, junk.
Well, thank goodness it wasn't a Stradivarius. It was a cheap piece of shit I got in Nebraska. But, yeah. As far as drug addicts go out there, I've been told by a lot of people, hey, if you don't do heroin, you're not going to fit in out there.
It's true. I kept telling her, I said, look, do you have a test for homelessness? I'll take it. But I'm not going to take a UA for you or anybody else. Because when they process you in, all that paperwork should have been done at one time. Protocol. They give me a paper 2 weeks into staying there. Oh, this is for UA. No, you broke protocol. This should have been done when I processed in, not 2 weeks later. So no, I'm not signing it. Refusal to do that means you're not in the program. So what program? I mean, I like watching TV, but I haven't seen no programs. What the fuck?
It's like that dual diagnosis joke, you know. If like me, I quit smoking pot because it doesn't do a lot for anything except my physical pain. And, you know, with the amount of people who use pot smoking against you, it's one of those things where I'm like, you know, I just got to not smoke it, which I can handle. You know, I'm autistic, so I can handle more physical pain than most, but it's stupid to me. There's all these people out here that are on drugs. There aren't in any of these treatment programs. Then they got all this money to lock people up, but then they say, oh, well, we don't have any money here. You have to go to Portland, or you have to go to...
If I had the money to go to Portland, I wouldn't be in this situation. Idiot.
Well, I've been to Portland. There wasn't any services there. They told me, hey, you know what? You got to go to Salem.
Get you out of this area to that area. Yeah, go over there. They'll deal with you somehow, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, God. I am so lucky I had enough coffee this morning.
And this Bree bitch, man. She puts too much of her personal bullshit into the program. This guy processed in Steve. He had a phone that he bought for this girl while she was being a cunt. And she wanted that phone back. She was making a big fuss. Bree sticks her big old Barbosa-looking face into the mix. And she's starting to lose her footing in the argument. And she goes out of the blue, you're high. I'm calling the cops. Steve's going, what? I'm what? I said, oh, yeah, she's about to lose that fucking argument. The clincher, you're high. So
yes.
He had to leave, and he came back the next day because she crawled at it and said, oh, I shouldn't have done that. You think? Damn.
I hate it when they call you back and say, all right, we made a mistake, and you go in and they're like, oh, well, actually, we didn't make a mistake. We just called you in so we could fuck you.
Yeah, here's that UA you're supposed to take.
It's almost like, all right, I remember in the 80s when they had actual quote unquote mental institutions. Nowadays, they don't have any trained staff at these behavioral health centers, and they have to change the name to behavioral health because you can't call it a hospital if you don't have trained medical
Yeah,
staff.
if you aren't trying to cure a problem, all you're doing is enabling it or making it endure.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw your big ass cart there, and I went, all right, that's somebody who is probably a human being.
Yeah, I'm new to the homeless game. My ex-sport bag girlfriend went out and bitched the property management lady out, but didn't tell me. She made it to where I couldn't go talk to the woman and smooth things over. That way I wouldn't have a place to go when we got evicted. Because they changed hands, the Buell building. It's changed hands like 5 times now.
Buell Building?
Yeah.
Which is that?
Over there by that big church in the middle of town.
Yeah.
Right behind it. It's a historical landmark, so they can't tear it down. That's why they keep changing hands. It's like, oh, I'm not putting money in that. We'll tear it down. Can't do that. Fucking sell it.
See, that's what they did with all the... You remember the battered women's shelters they had? Got rid of them all in the 90s. It used to be...
There's no more battered women.
There's not. The battered women's shelters are gone. And they used to be called safe houses because it was supposed to be for men and women. But they only primarily worked with women because a safe house, they felt that if you went to a safe house as a male, you might go blabbing your mouth about it to any guy that might have had an issue and his girlfriend was at the safe house.
That's discrimination.
It is. Well, even worse than that, when they passed all of those over to the sheriff's departments and police departments, the sheriff's departments and police departments closed them all down. Sydney, Nebraska has 7 houses that have been donated in the last 20 years so that people can have a battered women's shelter, and the sheriff's department won't do it. They won't sell the houses. They won't fix the houses. The first one that they were given was an entire apartment complex that used to be owned by a woman who was beaten by her husband. So they got that whole apartment complex. They tore it down 4 years ago because it just sat for 20 years.
Yeah, they don't want nobody coming in and looking at it. Oh shit, they're gonna see we can cheap.
Yeah. There was a lady named Claire. She was probably the 4th or 5th person to give me the lowdown on that place up there. She was explaining how, because she wasn't on heroin, she wasn't fitting in, and how like they gang up on her, 3 or 4 of them on one against her, like on laundry day. So then she was busy doing a bunch of stuff for other people. She didn't get her laundry done, and she got bitched at for that.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's the same game. They're doing that still. Hell, they're doing that to me. They bumped me out of the laundry routine 3 times. I said, when do I get to wash my clothes, goddammit? There's always that second in charge, Grace. She looks like Skeletor. She's so damn thin. She's the list Nazi. Did you put your name on the list? No, Grace, I did not. I feel it's necessary to put my name on a damn list. Go in there and wash some clothes.
Well, you don't have to list it in order to use the shower there, do you?
Yeah, there's only one shower.
Oh, fuck.
I have like 40-something people. Yeah, thank God there's 2 bathrooms. Men's and women's, but they don't adhere to the men and women's thing. If it's open, use it.
So on a schedule like that, how often do you get to shower? Once a week?
Well, every night if you can get in the slot. They prefer you do it every night. Well, then quit bitching at me about the stupid list. You got 15 minutes from the door, when that door closes, till you come out, 15 minutes to take a shower.
It takes
You better
me
be walking out on the 15-minute mark.
It takes me 7 minutes to get my clothes off. At least.
Hell, it takes that long just to wash my hair.
You got a lot of hair.
Yeah.
I pulled all my down by the roots. Yeah, I've been speaking up about this situation nationwide because they send us to these services. They're services that are run by people who are not professional. And then if they don't get what they want, they get to throw a tantrum like a 5-year-old. And it gets to the point where you have to throw a tantrum like a 5-year-old to get heard. Why do I have to raise my voice at people to be heard?
Oh,
That's
she
stupid.
heard me that day. I called her everything but a white woman.
Oh, you better not.
And I laid into that bitch. You need to leave. You need to suck my dick. This is bullshit. All this is a damn joke. Especially you, thinking you're something special and you're not. You used to be an inmate here.
Well, Bree, this is the first time I've heard her name, but Grace, I've heard that name a lot.
Grace Klein.
Klein?
Yeah. She's got a boyfriend. See, that's another thing. The upper echelon people have boyfriends and girlfriends there. That's unethical. They shouldn't have that there. Because now they're playing favoritism with these people.
And that's one of the things about it not being a professional place is that they don't have any professional standards to go by.
Nope. No basis for comparison. And still there. Anybody else? You gotta go. Like me, she said, you gotta go. You can't go out and smoke weed and come back using. I said, excuse me, using? There's that terminology again. Using. I'm not using heroin at the moment, but I could.
Fucking realistic about it.
She goes, you cannot smoke marijuana on this here. I said, I did not smoke marijuana here. You know, green eggs and ham type shit. I went out in the public and smoked it.
Yes, Mr. White.
Public.
Yep.
And then I came back. But you can't do that and come back when you're using this. You know damn well I can't. They aren't giving me any pain pills for my hip. She goes, well, you can go get pain pills. I said, oh, really? Do you have Connect?
See,
Turn me on to your Connect and I'll go.
I got my insurance here now, finally, which wouldn't have happened without help. But yeah, the insurance that I have, I still have to go to the Tillamook Hospital here.
Yeah, that's where they want to do the hip surgery. It's here. I'm like,
oh, Jesus Christ.
Hell no. Send me to Portland, please.
I've been to that hospital. I was assaulted there January 28th. Real pleasant.
I pissed off a doctor one day. I was in there for asthma. And a bad asthma attack. And apparently we woke this doctor up. He comes out all groggy looking and shit. I said, what happened, doc? We wake you up? And he gets livid, man. He gets in my face. He goes, I don't have to treat you. I said, that's right. You don't. Now get the fuck out of my face. You prick. I said, get another doctor in here because this guy's a joke.
Was he just about 4 inches taller than me and had glasses and gray hair?
By now he's got gray hair, but that's a pretty good description of him.
There's a doctor the doctor who assaulted me. I was in there talking to the Tillamook family counseling lady, and
gets agitated real quick.
She got agitated because, all right, she wanted me to do the whole I'm suicidal thing, so they could do it's $120,000 for them to lock me up like that if they can hold me for 6 months.
Ooh, that's a lot of money in their pocket.
It is, but they can't hold me for 6 months, which always pisses them off.
Got you for a week.
Yeah.
Behave.
But the thing is, you know, they try to put you in for the 3-day thing.
Yeah.
And when they get to asking those questions, you're telling them about, you know, the fact that you're literally at the hospital to turn in abuse. And you're at the hospital telling the Tillamook family counseling lady about the abuse. But all she wants is for you to say that you're suicidal. And when you refuse to do it, she gets her irate attitude with you. And then the doctor comes in. You need to get out of here. There's enough of that. Starts
And enough of this being normal shit.
How dare I come here for what I was told to come here for?
No, I was dropped off there by my kids. They were supposed to bring me food and clothing, right? No. So they dropped me off in town. There you go, Pop. Bye. We need bye. And off they go. Haven't seen them since. They're going to visit their friends, here in town. It's like, you motherfucker. Karma's going to get your ass bad.
I noticed something about karma. Karma is a nice notion, but I noticed that people getting off their ass is what gets their mouths fed. Like if you got a bowl of food right in front of you, you're sitting on the couch, and that bowl is sitting there on the table, and you go, you know what? I want one of those peanuts to make itself to my mouth, or one of those pieces of candies to make itself to my mouth. I can pray until the cows come home. If I don't reach forward, grab that fucking piece of candy and put it on my mouth, I am not going to get to eat. I will starve to death sitting on my own couch with food right in front of me if I just pray.
Just pray.
Yeah.
Yes, we need a good offering today. I've been in Texas for 45 years. I'm well versed with all those fucking bullshit preachers and shit.
And bless her heart.
Brother Bob Tilton, word of faith. Hallelujah.
Oh.
The biggest damn thief. She ain't but me.
You just got to remember, it's a southern thing. After you get done insulting somebody, you got to say bless his heart or bless her heart, and it's magically okay.
He's just trying so hard. Yeah.
Her brother is so stupid, bless his heart.
But he's trying, y'all. He's trying. Trying to do what? Become even more dumb?
Well, that's what we got going on here. Most of the people out here who are addicts, like, yeah, it's tough getting off of that stuff. But the other thing is, you can't do that from the streets. You can't stay off the drugs while you're stuck in an area where you're with the same people. It's kind of like if you have severe PTSD, shoving you into a what do they call that? Housing with a bunch of people who have PTSD ain't gonna do any good for anybody.
No, because they're all freaking out, you know.
And at each
You don't know
other.
what triggers them. Wow! What'd I do? You breathe. Because I've got PTSD. My wife dying in my arms. My kids are watching. That was the worst part. Because then I fell off that pedestal they had me on as dad, and then I became a person who failed at, you know, saving their mom. They put me through hell.
On the bright side, there ain't no bright side to that. My best friend got shot in the head in 2017 after over a year of her friends and family making my life hell. She couldn't stay off the drugs. Problem is, for somebody like me who stays sober, being out here on the streets, people don't care that I'm sober. They just assume I'm...
Yeah, they see you're a druggie.
Yep.
There's more drugs in the homeless area than there is in the home area.
Wouldn't it be nice if that was actually true?
Oh, it is.
Really?
Well, yes. Over at the transit center, there's a lot of homeless people that hang out there because nothing better to do. You can't hang out at the churches because they tell you to leave. Wow, Christian. Man, they got more damn dope. Where'd you get that? You ain't got no money. No. How'd you get
It's
that?
meth. You don't have to have money. It's fucking free nowadays. Basically. Shit, my mom had a real habit. She was addicted to cocaine. That costs money.
Shit. That's a Hollywood thing.
Right? I'm like, Mom, you are too podunk Nebraskan to have an expensive ass habit like that. How can you tell my mom's fucked up on cocaine? Well, the house is clean.
That's what they do. Police, if they come to a house, they bust them. If it's clean, yeah, they're on meth. No, they ain't. Because this shit doesn't make you clean anything. This stuff is dope. It's not dope.
You fuck with meth, you end up pulling apart your radio that you've had for 20 years, and then after 8 hours of taking it apart, you're like, all right, I should put it back together again.
Oh,
And then it just sit there.
Another bump.
Yep.
Now I'm starting to get tired.
Yep. Yeah, I tried it back in like 2023 or so, but I couldn't get into it because it put me to sleep. And as far as other drugs go, no, I've never tried coke. Never tried coke, never tried heroin. But I tried methamphetamines because all my friends, you know, they stopped hanging out with me. They'd go hang out in the room, be like, hey, I'll be out in 5 minutes. 4 hours later, they'd come out.
7 hours later.
Yeah.
Hey, man, can we make it to the store? I was like, it's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Hey, man, I need like 5 more minutes. Like, I'll see you in 4 hours, dude. Yep.
And they're in there whispering. What are you whispering about? I know what the fuck you're doing. Man.
When I was up in Hood River and the Dalles, kind of the same as here. All the drugs come from people in houses. They filter down to people on the streets.
Yep.
And then those people on the streets, some of them end up selling it right back to people in houses.
And the circle is complete.
Yeah. Now, like what you were saying about there being more drugs on the streets than there is in the housing, that would be a first if that's actually how it is here.
All these
Because
people have
all
no
the
jobs, no
population.
homes, no money, yet they come every day with a new batch of shit. It's like, how in the fuck are you doing? Are you getting any on the front? Or you? I don't want to know.
Right?
I don't want to know. Yeah, I want to know. Are you sucking dick for dope? You're getting ripped off because that's dope. You can't get your dick up like on real meth when that somebody's up for 12 hours. Mine, go down.
You're supposed to call a doctor if it lasts longer than 4
I
hours.
call more girls. Come on over. Let's knock this bitch in the dirt. You definitely can't eat on it, can't sleep on it. If this shit they got going around now, you sleep on it, you eat on it. Your dick is going, I don't think so.
Yeah,
They
they.
should go to sleep because now they're saying the cartels are putting fentanyl in the meth. Why?
I've had a few friends of mine die in the last couple of years over that fentanyl too. Like, a lot of people are talking about it like it's just, oh, people won't really put fentanyl on your weed. Yeah,
Well,
they
that-
do. There's people in this area who are dead from that, yo. My friend
They're doing it
Christine's
to
dead
make it
too.
even more addictive. Well, how addictive do you want something? Damn, you look at it and you're, I'm addicted.
If 2 grains is enough to kill a normal person, I probably shouldn't be messing with it.
2 grains? How much does that translate to grams?
2 grains?
Yeah.
Well, the thing with fentanyl is that if it's uncut, then 2 grains is enough to kill you. 2 grains is about the size of 2 grains of salt.
Shit. That's pure.
Yeah. That's
Well,
what
I
they
get
put in the
pure
pink
bullshit.
shit. That pink shit that they give out at the clinic in Boulder, it's nasty.
Oh, the methadone?
Yeah, but that pink shit, they do the same thing. It's so super concentrated that they have to give it out in that little package thing, and they have to put it in the little, what do they call those? Like the little juice things they had in the early 80s, late 70s.
Like little bottles with the foil and stuff?
Yeah, those,
There's
exactly.
your juice box, son.
Yep,
Do it all in one spot.
and it's that nasty pink shit inside. Yep.
Yeah, I've tried methadone. After my wife died, we were together 24 years. When she died, I died with her. I didn't know who I was anymore. For 4 years after that, I put myself through hell. I did every drug known to man. I drank an ocean of fucking liquor, and it didn't stop the pain. It just made it worse. I came to one day and said, fuck this shit. I gotta do something to get out of here.
I think it was probably my 3rd or 4th suicide attempt where I realized I really needed to get the hell away from people. But by that time, I was only suicidal because I was already away from everybody.
I was suicidal when I'm around them. I mean, damn, you're a downer.
Absolutely. I'm a downer a lot. And that's one of the things most of my used to be friends get pissed off at me about, is that I'm not happy all the time. I'm like, you know what? I can't be happy all
They're
the
still in
time.
the thrill game of the dope. Ooh, it's thrilling. Why?
Right?
How long you been doing this? 40 years and it's still thrilling?
Like all these young, pretty girls that head out on the streets are like 14, 15 years old trying to look for love in the wrong place because
Got
dad
that
won't keep
right.
his nasty cockbeaters to himself. To them, it's a party. They don't see the reality of homelessness. They,
Game to them.
Yeah.
You're going to game it up. You don't know what game you're playing, kid.
and then once they do realize what game they're playing, they're already pregnant with some Chimo's kid.
No
Like,
shit.
fuck, congratulations. You're 16 and he's 38, and the only reason you ended up with him is because you were told you were more mature by your mom.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my ex to a T, man. Her first husband was 35 years older than her. He started following her around when she was 14. When she turned 16, they eloped to Nebraska.
Good
16 years old, and some guy 35 years older than her. I looked at her and said, that's a pedophile. No, it isn't. I said,
Yeah, it is.
it's a pedophile, you stupid bitch. She fell in love with the guy. It was her stepdad. Still keeps his picture on her phone. That's obsessive right there.
Oh yeah. Well, my friend Mandy, she went through hell. She lives in McCook, Nebraska. I actually, ever since Natalie disappeared, I've been going one end of the country to the other, helping find missing people. But the biggest issue that I have hitting an area is that once I get somewhere, the majority of the people I run into are on drugs. They'll take advantage of me. The ones who are not on drugs don't want anything to do with anybody because we all fucking suck, which is true.
Yeah, I'll help you. You got money? Okay. I see help coming.
Once the money is gone, they're gone.
That's right. We want to help you out of that money situation.
Exactly. Yep. The biggest issue for me out here is the number of fucking straight up punk ass prison bitches out here on the streets talking like they own the place.
Oh yeah, they're talking about going to prison as a rite of passage. It's like, wow, red badge of courage, huh? I don't think I tell stories like that.
I was in prison, but I wasn't convicted of anything. I was only charged with misdemeanors, and it was in Nebraska where they have the county safety program. All they got to do is charge you. If you live in western Nebraska, you might not have a jail in the county, so they can send you anywhere they want.
Including Texas. We have, these programs with Texas is so big. We'll trade you prisoners. We have this fucked up one we don't like to trade you.
Yeah, but only 11% of Colorado inmates get transferred to Texas, whereas California and Colorado, it's almost a free trade across.
Yeah, because they know they send them down there, chances are they're going to get zapped. Yep. Texas really implements the death penalty, man.
Or if you can go to California and you can slide in there and Skid Row, but then you also got to worry about if somebody accuses you of being a pedophile or you look like a pedophile, they might chop you into little pieces in their tent and shove you down the drain. Literally.
We took care of that problem. Yeah. Good.
And they do too. But the thing is, like for me, I don't like child molesters any more than the next guy. But with all these women who have learned they can use that as a trick of the trade when they're strung out on meth but still want their kids,
they abuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, shit. They got this law coming out pertaining to that. If a woman's caught, lying about the situation, trying to get sympathy. Oh, she goes to jail just as long as the guy would for doing that to her.
And see, I've been trying to push that particular law as well as they're trying to push a law so that cops have to wear body cameras and they can't turn them off while on duty unless they're going to the bathroom. Yep, exactly. And that's how they ended up being able to walk over me entirely, is refusing to give me body cam evidence, refusing to allow that to come forward, and giving me a public pretender who's a walkover.
He's court-appointed. Nothing. Because it doesn't do anything.
Well, they might schedule an appointment they don't show up to.
You missed our appointment. That's $500 I didn't get in my pocket.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
And they're public pretenders.
I didn't have in my pocket.
So if you're being literally, physically, psychologically, and sexually tortured in the jails or prisons, and you're supposed to go to your public pretender for that, and legally they're supposed to do something right away.
Yeah, they go play golf. I got a golf game to go to.
Absolutely.
I gotta get going before my legs just quit.
Yes, sir. I'm assuming you don't have a phone?
Yeah, I got one.
I'm gonna write down my phone number for you if that's all right. Not that you and I are gonna talk again, but if we do...
Don't count on it, sweetheart.
Oh, damn. See, I thought we was going to go steady.
Hell yeah.
All right.
You wouldn't like this, Marine.
You were a Marine? I got a big thing where I don't have any respect for soldiers and very little respect for veterans. However, out here on the streets it's different because they're the ones fighting for us.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. All right, I know for a fact I got a 10. Give me about 30 seconds.
Sure. I wish I had car brakes and a steering wheel. I asked you to tow me into town.
Well, it would be a couple of days because you can see how much gas I got.
Yeah. I swiped a Safeway cart, right? I went to the back where they had the screwed up carts. So I got one screwed up. I had all my stuff in it. I went to the front of the store. This guy comes out. Sir, yeah. Would you mind if I traded you carts? What? Yeah, I need to trade you carts. He goes, I got a nice Fred Meyer cart for you. I said, oh, I see. Yeah, Fred Meyer cart, okay. And he gives me this fucked up piece of shit. Wheels don't, roll correctly, and they're all wobbly and shit. It's like, you motherfucker.
Well,
Make my job a hell of a lot more harder.
one thing I've been noticing here, they're not paying any attention to the number of missing people from here. And, they did that up in Hardin, Montana, and I made such a big noise that they had to acknowledge. And it isn't just me. There's a lot of other people that were involved. But
there's still that guy running around here that's all these missing girls. They're swearing up and down it's a serial kidnapper or something that they haven't caught. And girls still come up missing.
you know how long that's been going on?
I came here in 2014, Texas, and it was going on then.
So, like an actual serial killer.
Well,
I've had 4 or 5 people tell me that there's an officer here, and I got his name written down somewhere. He's been involved in at least 3 or 4 different missing persons cases, and at least 3 of them are with women who were killed after trying to turn in the police department here. So I got the name, one of them, her name is Elizabeth. I'm trying to remember the name of the other one. There's a few of them though, and then there's like 4 women who have disappeared since I got here, and I can only remember 2 of their names. All right, well, I suppose if I don't let you go, I'll end up talking your ear off. What was your name again?
Greg.
Greg. I'm never gonna remember that because it's such an easy name, but I'll try.
They call me Lucky.
I can remember that. That's a lot easier to remember. I don't know why the street moniker sits so easy. Because you're not dead yet?
No. My wife and I went to a car show in Dallas. And I had to go pee. So I walk into the bathroom and there's this huge fucking cowboy in there. I mean, this guy's humongous. Bright pink shirt on. He's standing at that trough, doing his thing. And I slide up there, because he's taking up, he's in the middle of the trough, but he's taking up most of it. It's like, damn. So I kind of squeeze in there and I'm taking a whiz. And I look over, he's over there playing with his dick. I said, oh my damn, man. So I get to my thing and I go, yeah, no matter where you are, queers everywhere. Boy, I run out of that bathroom because here he comes. And what's outside waiting for him? His wife and triplets. I'm going, oh, dude, I'm sorry. You ain't getting no pussy over here. My bad. He didn't see it that way. He wanted to kill me, but... So I told the guys I worked with that, and they, oh, aren't you lucky? I'm like, yeah, okay, that's stuck. Fucker. See you later, Sean.
You be safe. Thank you. Strange, odd, warped, or different. All right. Library ain't quite open yet. Oh. As far as the services here go, I have been paying attention. The first-hand experiences of the people that are at these places and go to these places is important. When it comes to addiction recovery, do have a place for these people, obviously. But also, these places not being run professionally, not having professional staffing, results in a lot of wasted money and a lot of people who go untreated. Good to be rid of you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper. Your sister's too. And no victim left behind. Even if they're strange, odd, warped, or different.